And we are live, or it's live, as that Martin Tyler used to say when he used to
Yeah.
get excited about commentating on a Manchester United game. Oh, don't miss him anymore. Anyway. But listen,
Yes.
forget Martin Tyler. I'm back, and it's all about my guy Neil Dodsey in the house. How are you?
I'm very
How's
good,
it
Brenny.
going?
Thank you for having me on the channel, especially with the
Always, man.
new wallpaper on the back. Looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, really, really good, mate. Really happy. Um, things to be happy about, mate. Being top of the league, 7 points clear. City having a stinker, and us winning by any means necessary, and I love it. I think it's great. I absolutely love it. In fact, I took an hour out of my day today to spread my love with everyone, all the rival fans on X today, actually. So yeah, it was wonderful. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
If we get silverware, then obviously do it some more. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I'm
but
going to be absolutely insufferable, mate, if we win silverware. In fact, I plan to take a week off just to troll on X. 100%.
oh, fantastic. Yeah, well, last night it wasn't the best game. I was on the takeover last night, and we all said it was a terrible game. We were crap, and but at this this time of the season now, I'll just take the 3 points. Uh, do I think we win
Twins.
the quadruple? Everyone's going on about quadruples. This when I was at work today, winning quadruple. I was like, no. If we keep playing this type of football, we won't. There's no way we're going to win the quadruple. I'm not even thinking about it. Uh, but Neil was at the game last night, and yeah, I know he had a good time down there. It was like I said, it was all about getting the 3 points in the end, and and then the City Forest result surprised all of us because I'd have put money on City to win that at home, but yeah, 1-0. Bukayo Saka goal. He scored after about 9 minutes, I think it was.
Yep.
Keeper helped it on the way in, but hey, who cares? At the end of the day, it goes in, it goes in. You know what I mean? I want to see us, and I said also last night, I want to see us play football. That I know we can, but I've come to the conclusion that we're not going to see that every week. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to,
Not in the Premier League.
maybe we will. No, maybe we'll against Everton and Bournemouth now because that was a pressure game yesterday, and the boys came through it. But Neil, just you were there, so just give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts on the game, and yeah, listen, the floor is yours, mate.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, so my thoughts of the game. I think we started quite brightly. In the first literally 5 minutes, I think we started brightly. Look, let's not kid ourselves. As much as I very, very much dislike their manager, I think he's actually proven to come out to be quite a crybaby. And when I just want to get this out of the way because there's obviously a lot to discuss tonight. I'll give my opinion on the game and everything, and then I'm sure we'll move on to discussing the negative narrative surrounding us at the moment. But yeah, so my thoughts were, look, Saka goal. He needed that goal, I think, for his confidence. I think we can all say Saka hasn't been the Saka of old, whether that's down to his injury and the recovery he's going through. I imagine Saka's never had an injury like that before. So I think it must take quite a mental state to get over something like that. And I think we need to bear that in mind when it comes to Saka. But I think overall the game, look, it wasn't a prime Arsenal, tiki-taka football game. I think we all know that. But I also think, the way it went, I think 3 points out of that game was one hell of a display there of mental strength. That game showed me the mental strength that I've been asking for all season. Knowing that had I mean, obviously they didn't know City were going to draw, so City could have closed the gap even more on us. You know, and the boys went out there and they performed. They may not have played the beautiful football that we all would like to see, but it showed me that they had the mentality to get stuck into this running, if I'm honest. And that's something I've been right, Nick. That's something that I've been you know, wanting to see, was that little bit of guile, that little bit of oomph behind us. And that showed me mentality last night. It showed the ugly side of our game, and I'm all for it, mate. I'm all up for that ugly side of the game. And I loved every minute of seeing Brighton fans crying about it the whole game. It was, and I was actually amongst them. I was with the Brighton fans, albeit that my operations manager and myself nearly got beaten up twice. It was wonderful. It was great. I loved every minute of it, and I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that the boys finally have showed me a bit of mentality. They showed me that winning mentality, that they're willing to do whatever they need to do to get over the line in this Premier League, and that's what we've been asking them to do. I think the beautiful football will come. I mean, I think we just need to talk about a defense as well. As I was there, Gabriel, wow, what a warrior that man is. Hincapié, wow. I mean, watching him live, that dude is up and down that line. Man, he was making me tired just watching the guy run up and down. I think we got away with the way we played yesterday. Had a better striker up front, and I love Danny Welbeck. I love Welbs, but you know, had they had a better striker, I think, you know, it's a dangerous game to play that 1-0, defending the whole of the second half. It's a dangerous game to play, mate, in the Premier League. But you know what? We got through it, and we're back up to 7-point gap in the Premier League. And I just want to say one thing. The Arsenal fans last night were absolutely incredible in that stadium. They were phenomenal.
They always are.
97 minutes. They backed that team and Arteta and everyone else. And I think we need to take, as a fan base on X, whether we go to games, whether we don't go to games, whether, you know, whether we support the team on social media, I think we need to take that and actually stick up for our boys. Like I said, I spent an hour on X today, absolutely ripping into rival fans, thoroughly enjoyed it. There was wit that half of these idiots couldn't even understand most of the words I was using, but it was phenomenal. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I think we need to back the team because they showed us the mentality. We need that mentality now, and they should see that from us as well. That was my thoughts on the game. All in all, I thought Brighton were really good. Actually, I thought their press was phenomenal. I really do think they caused us problems with their press. But 1-0 to the Arsenal. What else do we have to say?
Yeah, that's it. No, and I'm glad you had a good time. I mean, it's always a good time when you get the result. You know, it's you know, when you've had those experiences where you've been to Highbury or you've been to the Emirates,
yep.
you paid a lot of money for a big game, and you end up getting beaten. That's what happened when Man United
We've seen that before
a few seasons ago, and it's you think yourself, oh my gosh, man, you spent all that money, and it's like, ugh. But at the end of the day, you know, we support the team, win, lose or draw. Big up to you, Nick. How are you?
Hey, bud. How's it going? Not bad, thank you. Not bad. How are you both?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good.
We made it on time. You did really well. But before I get your thoughts on last night's game, just gonna go and say hello to some people in
AFC.
Chat. So we're good. It's AFC as always. Big up, brilliant, everyone. Great thumbnail, by the way. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that was courtesy of the silver one. You know, and that's just ledge.
Very good.
Amazing.
You know, and he's big up to the silver one. You know what I mean? So there you got make sure like, video and subscribe. And please do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm still on 132. Big up to Sean Price as well. Good to see you in the chat, my friend. Good to see you in the chat. So Nick, yesterday,
Yeah.
I know it's a shame. I know you know my we know we always like we're part of the court, part of the quintet actually on the takeover, and
Yeah.
it's good to have you two on tonight. Considering you missed yesterday, but yeah, I mean, you probably saw we all agreed that the game was poor, but at the end of the day, it's all about 3 points. I've just I think I've always been for I think since the Wenger years and the early Graham years, I've always been used to watching us play good football.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's still a toss up between what was Arteta's best years in terms of 22, 23 season, 23, 24. Because I didn't really have a lot to moan about. And I love the football. I love the football. And I want to talk to you about that later on in the show. But I just want to get your thoughts on last night's game, and also you would have caught Neil. He mentioned two players in particular who I thought were absolutely outstanding. They were our best players last night, and
Without a doubt.
once you give us your account, you'll give us the
Yeah.
you will
Their names.
what I mean, you'll give them their flowers as well.
Absolutely. I think I've been, as we know, we're in Discord together. We're in the WhatsApp together. We do a lot of our Gooniverse together, don't we? And I do keep saying, I just feel like Arteta's not going to tinker too much with 8 games to go, and it is going to be hook by crook. However it comes, I think it is just going to be an ugly watch. It's going to be a nervous watch. The thing I didn't like about yesterday, as Dodsey just said, all the time it's 1-0. You are one slip, a thunderbolt, something like that from 1-1 and 2 points dropped. When it gets to 1-1, do you creak or do you then get exposed because you're chasing the 3 points again? And so that I think as fans, we tap into that nervousness, don't we? Because we're so close, we can taste it. And 1-0, you're on your nerves all the time. And if you think about the boys on the pitch, they're playing, that was another 100 minutes of football that they've had to keep going competitively because the other team is still in it. And that's what concerns me.
And mentally.
Absolutely. Mentally. And so when I look at our May, I think our May is we have got working backwards. Our last game's Palace. I think it's Burnley, West Ham and Fulham, I seem to want to say. Now, all of those teams you have to respect because where they will be in things, right? They are potential banana skins. But what I worry about is the energy levels. If we have gone deep into the FA Cup and we're not rotating, sometimes you're trying to dig down. Bren, you've done sports, and Dodsey, I'm sure you have, and I have. If you've overtrained, for instance, but when I'm doing my running and I've done overtrained, and you try and dig down and and it's like I just don't have it today. I can't get there. You're gassing, you feel it, you're struggling. That's what I worry about those last 4 games. Not that they're not winnable, but will we have the capacity to exert ourselves if we don't start winning games earlier? So that is just kind of the pretext where my head is at. I feel if that was Liverpool, if Liverpool had just beaten their biggest rival, historic, their biggest local, two derbies, right? We've beaten Tottenham, Chelsea, and now we've got a result away to Brighton, which is not an easy thing to do, right?
Yeah.
We would have been hearing defensive masterclass, set piece kings, all of this. And the whole thing, I'm going to buy into exactly what you guys said. It's not the fact that we are condoning the performances. I've seen us play pretty, and I've seen us be potless for 22 years. Do you see where I'm coming from? And so if it means we've got a grind, and we've been hearing it for all of these 22 years, you've got to grind to be a champion. You bite down on your grum shield. Sometimes you've got to play badly and still find the win. We're doing
got to go to Stoke on a Wednesday cold night.
Exactly. And we're doing that. And then we're getting criticised for it. Because if you go back 10 years, I was listening to all of the pundits turn around and say, "Oh, Arsenal, they're weak. They can't defend corners, can't defend set pieces. They get bullied in the midfield. I don't know what the transfer strategies are. I don't know this. I don't know that." And it was just anything, grind an axe and have a shot at us. And that's where we are now. And it's very much agenda driven. And they're not going to be happy until we start losing. So let's not start losing and make them happy. Let's make them unhappy and keep doing what we're doing. Last night, the boys, I felt, just had to. It was one of those where they were just trying to dig in. It really was. I think Gabby was absolutely immense. He put in a performance last night that I'm waiting for an attacker to do the equivalent. Does that make sense? They're like the boys up front.
Yeah.
He put in a performance that I haven't seen Saliba do for quite a while. Do you know what I mean? He was the man in defence. And when it was I remember saying to Bobby and a couple of others, I was really excited about signing Zubimendi.
Yeah.
I think he looks tired. You know, he looks tired mentally.
He's tired.
And it's not helping that one of our best guys in our team on the right back is also a little bit tired at times in Timber, because he's tireless up and down. And I think the two together with not a defensively strong winger sometimes, it's just kind of making it a little bit tough on the right-hand side. But
I agree.
Hincapié, I was cock-a-hoop when we signed Hincapié, because I knew the player we had, and I couldn't. Do you remember we were discussing and people were saying that Arsenal fans were down on Hincapié, and I was like, "Huh?" I'm like, "What are they watching?"
Yeah.
And well, the fact that man can play centre back either side as well seamlessly. Yeah. We are lucky, guys. We are very lucky to have this player.
Yeah.
100%. And just to add, I echo both what you guys have said, and with Hincapié as well. It's funny how I spoke about it. I spoke about it on a takeover the other day, and with Hincapié now, I didn't. When you don't know a lot about a player, but then sometimes you watch a game, it could be
Stefan Schwarz. Stefan Schwarz for me. Do you remember Stefan Schwarz?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about him, so
Yeah, I knew a little bit about him, only because of the Swedish national team.
Right.
And
okay.
He played in the World Cup in the USA '94.
Yes,
he was
did.
in the Sweden team that got to the semi-finals and just lost to Brazil by the odd goal. So I knew a bit about him, and I knew he wasn't bad with the dead balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was pretty good with the free kicks. But yeah, with Hincapié, for example, I was like, I'm seeing this. I'm watching the that was it. It was the Europa League final when and Leverkusen were going for the treble because they got a domestic double, didn't they? Yeah. And they were invincible.
Invincible.
And I'm seeing it. Yeah, and I'm seeing this. I'm seeing, when you're just watching the game and then you're seeing this player on the left-hand side just bombing it and just tracking,
bombing up and down.
Challenges. Yeah. Defending, attacking. You think, oh, he's really good. You know what I mean? But you just not, thinking, oh, who's this guy? And you want to do it. That was Pierre Hincapié. Yeah. When I look back in it now, that was him. And Bobby spoke about him. Yeah, and Bobby spoke about him last summer, and he said, if we get this guy on loan, we've got one hell of a player on our hands.
Yeah, we have.
And Bobby was singing his praises, and for me, the way he's going on right now, he's for me is in the probably top 5 best players of the season right now for us.
Yeah, I completely. I was going to say that, Brent. I'm 110% with you on that. I think as time goes on, you put the right-left winger with him, because I felt, bearing in mind it's his debut season, right? He's transitioned, he's come over, it's a different country, you got to get settled, you got to get the family settled, you got to find yourself and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And this guy's come in, and he only gets better because he's really good at centre-back as well. And I feel like he's future-proofing Gabby. You got to remember, Gabby's like 4 or 5 years ahead of him. And I almost feel like some of these signings, like Mosquera's future-proofing Saliba, right?
Yeah.
And this is what me and my boy are like, woo, like this. So, we'll keep talking about it, whether it'll be a left back, right back that we go and get.
Yeah.
If you think that with Mosquera and
Hincapié
and Timber, we could have our defence for the next 8 years in those 3 players, next decade.
Well, I'll tell you what,
crazy,
that can happen, because the longest I've ever known a back four to remain together was
the back four.
The back four. They first played together in 1988. Yeah, 89 season when the 4 of them came together. And I'm not going to say the keeper, because it was John Lukic at the time, and then 2 seasons later David Seaman came along.
Yeah.
So those 4, they were such a unit. And would you believe it was those four and Martin Keown when he came back to the club, he wasn't really playing centre half. Yes, it was from Everton, because he went Aston Villa, Everton, and then came back to us. Yeah. And then with Keown, he was playing as a DM, because he was a really good man marker as well.
Oh, so brilliant man marker.
So George Graham, most of the times he would play as a DM with Paul Davis, or if there was injuries or suspensions, he would slot into centre back. You know what I mean? So that those guys knew one another so well and played together for about 7, 8 years. No, I'd say together. I'd say from 1988 to about Steve Bold left the club in 99. So you're talking 11 years. 11 years, and they knew one another so well. And I can remember my son and daughter's uncle once said, and he's a Man United fan, and he once said, if England got through to the World Cup finals in '94 in America, he said England probably won it, not because of the best attack, but it would have been Graham Taylor. He could have gone with the best defense. He could have gone with that. He said they win with an Arsenal back 5. They could have won a Euros, or they could have won a World Cup, because that's how good they were. And what we've got now, I'm not saying these guys we've got now, I personally don't think they'll be as good as what we've got, but they're the best of what's out there right now.
I think where you think they've started, like Hincapié, I mean, Hincapié and Mosquera, this is their debut seasons. It's crazy. Yeah. And where they can get to, both those players growing together with Timber as well. I think we are a goalkeeper and another centre-back away from really having the defence figured, a mainstay of defence, for the next minimum 6 seasons. I really do. So,
I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, for Hincapié to be doing what he's doing, I think everyone knows my admiration for Calafiori, and I still think he will have a part to play this season. I really do. As well as we talk about. I love how at the moment we're talking about our defense more than our attack at the moment, because that's what's winning us games.
Yeah.
Agreed. But so I don't know if you guys have watched the I'm sure we'll go through the midfield and everything as well, because again, watching Declan Rice live,
I was just going to ask you, do you now realize the kilometers that man travels?
That guy and my operations manager that I took to the game as well is a Newcastle fan. He's a Newcastle fan, and he turned around and said to me, he was like, mate, Declan Rice is just an engine. He is just an engine. The guy does not stop running the entire game. And I don't think he had a particularly good game last night. His set pieces, I mean, I was screaming.
I was worried he had a hammy.
Well, was that the reason he wasn't putting the ball into the box as much?
I was going to ask you, that was my question to you, Dodsey, because you was watching him on Declan. To stop, I'll be really brief. Yeah. There was a couple of times when it looked like he was going to take a free kick and he didn't, and he passed across, and it was a bit of a wayward pass, and it just looked like I didn't know what his injury was, and it just looked like he wasn't putting a full.
So apparently it's a bit of a thigh niggle, is what was being said. But but I was wondering if he wasn't putting the ball in, because we were stood there. I mean, the one free kick which I actually recorded was when he put the ball just over the goal, and he wasn't on form, as we know Declan Rice is with his set pieces. He wasn't last night, and I did think I turned to my operations manager and I was like, "Do you reckon he's not doing that because of his injury, because of his thigh injury? You just want to pull his thigh." So it's quite interesting watching that. And okay, so we didn't really need a set piece, and that's fine. You know, we didn't need one yesterday. Hopefully he pulls it out of the bag, because I want at least 20 more set piece goals before the end of the season, just to help my narrative online. But no, I think for me, you know, what I was just about to say is, you know, I've actually been one that's jumped on Martin Odegaard's back this season. I haven't seen
enough from Eze.
I haven't seen the Martin Odegaard of old, and I'm a big Martin Odegaard fan.
Same.
But I must tell you, I watched the new. I don't know if anyone's watched the new 30-minute documentary of his on Arsenal.com. They've just put it out today, literally this evening, and I watched it while the kids were running around causing chaos downstairs. And I must tell you, watching it and the admiration every single one of our team has for Martin Odegaard is actually changed my complete opinion about him. And I'll be honest with you this evening, because I was very much in the camp of, is he the right captain for us? Is he good enough still to play for us in that number 10 role? And I think we've all got very short memories because of the way we want to win the league this season, and because we want to win it as quickly as possible, as early as possible, so to stop me needing blood pressure tablets. You know, I still think Martin Odegaard will play a massive part in us winning this league this season.
Yeah.
I've said it a few times. I've said it a few times on the Football Takeover. And he is probably, and you watch this and then you tell me if I'm wrong, he's still probably one of the best midfielders in the world today. He is. I think he's had a bad season. I think he's had a terrible season, actually. But the Martin Odegaard,
years he's been off. 2 years for me. This and last.
The beginning of this season, before he got injured, mate, those first couple of games before he got injured, he looked mustard. He had us ticking. But watching the game yesterday without Odegaard, I saw, and I have been seeing it this season, he controls what we do on that pitch. Whether we press, whether we're a full court press, whether we're a half court press, whether we're a low press, whether we're pressing out to the right, you know, angling them into the right-hand side, whether we're angling them into the left-hand side, everyone goes off of his mark. And you watch this documentary and all the players say that he is Arteta's man, eyes and ears on the field. And apparently he has something like 7 hours extra than everybody during training and stuff during the week, where it's just him and Arteta one-on-one going through the tactics of every single game. And, you know, hearing all of that, I think to myself, wow, we really are missing him. We really are. And I was the one that was shouting, put Eze in, put Eze in.
Oh, yeah, same here.
But actually, I think we've missed him massively, mate.
Do you know why that is, though? Because if you think about his natural position in the team, he's got Saka on the right and Timber on the left, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, to both on his right. Sorry,
on the right. Yeah.
Forward and backwards, and then he's got either Declan or Zubi sat behind him, so he has that sort of freedom on the strong side for Arsenal, where Eze is not really operating.
He moves
that
across.
Left-hand side, he's moving across, but he would almost be the mirror version of Odegaard, but that left side winger is not doing what we need him to do. And 9 times out of 10, I feel like Gyökeres is always operating in that channel on the left-hand side that I feel like he wants to start. Like
that was his favourite channel at Sporting.
Yeah.
Right. And I'll be honest with you, mate, watching last night, I think we all know my feelings about Martinelli, and I don't want to hate on the guy because, again, I still think he needs to help us this season.
Yeah.
But watching him last night was like watching paint dry, white paint dry as well, which is even the worst, the most boring paint to dry ever known to humankind. You know, and then I see Trossard come on. And I was like, let's see. And I think the Brighton crowd got in his head a little bit, but like, I mean, they were hostile with him yesterday. But
of course,
our left-hand side was useless last night. It was useless. And then what you have is Brighton pressing the ball on our left-hand side because they knew how useless we were at getting out of our left-hand side. So they pushed us all into our back left, their right. And you saw us getting stuck several times because we couldn't get the ball out because Martinelli runs around like a clown. He really does. And, you know, I'm sure he'll have a part to play in the Champions League. I hope this season. I hope he'll have a part to play in winning us the cups, but my God, he cannot start a Premier League game again. He really can't. I can't have it.
I agree.
I really can't.
I agree.
I think he's a good bench from the bench last 20 minutes.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But the problem with that is Trossard can really stink it up. That's the last 3 games, Trossard has looked awful down that left. Why not Saka on the left as a conventional winner and put Noni on the right?
I was saying it. I was saying it in the crowd yesterday, and the Brighton fans were like, "We would have been terrified had Madueke started with Saka on the other side."
Because you've got a conventional left foot then playing balls into Gyökeres.
Yeah, but I was also just like, I'd just like to ask the question: why has he not been bringing Madueke on recently?
I don't know. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Why spend that money and all of a sudden it's like the grave?
50 million quid, mate.
Yeah. But I'm more concerned with Ben White, how Ben White's on the missing list. And it's just like, what's happened? Where did that was an off-pitch injury, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But we've got lots of, this is the problem. We've got lots of players that have yet, in this title run, have yet to have a real impact on our title. So when it comes up, and you don't want to have imposter syndrome, when they say we win it, right? Just and you're collecting your medal at the end there. Who do we say deserves their medal so far? Nailed on, like, well done, son. That's Raya, Timber, Saliba, even though I'm not happy completely where Saliba is. Gabby.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Nkapie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mosquera. Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Even Zubi with the mistakes Zubi has
Mendy, mate.
He's up there.
Agreed.
I think Zubi shouldn't be he shouldn't be a 6 though. Shouldn't be a 6, lads.
I agree. I like him in the 8. He's a bit more technical.
And an 8.
But Dodsey, when you was watching the game yesterday, what about how Rice offers himself? I always point out to my son, just as somebody who's played football, I love the work he does when there's a centre-back that's got the ball, how hard he works to find space to offer that out. You know what I mean?
It's an outlet.
And the way that he screens. And so then when we get outside of that, it's kind of like Martinelli, Trossard, Gyökeres, Saka.
Can I just say something?
Odegaard, they're all going to have imposter syndrome if they don't start Havertz. They all need to start having impacts.
Mate, watching what, and I don't want to say this because I'm a massive Gyökeres fan. Watching Gyökeres live last night.
He looked clunky last night, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was sat there and I was like, oh my God, this guy looks like a donkey in a field, mate. He really does.
He looked like he was playing in a field, the way he was losing control of the ball. There was this one bit where in the second half, he took the ball, he had the defender there, and it might have been end of first half, I can't remember, and he tried to dribble and completely lost control of the ball as though he'd ran into a pole. I'm like, what's going on?
That ball he had through, had he slipped Eze through, Eze was by himself, mate. Although I must say, that Belieber. Oh Oh my God, mate!
know.
What,
Real
mate?
deal.
That's
United
watching
get him.
him.
If he becomes the replacement for Casemiro, United are a
Big
threat next year.
problems, big problems, because and how rapid that guy is. He's rapid as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like rapid.
Caicedo
But anyway,
2.0, right?
yeah, let's get away
But with
from
more
Brighton because
Yeah.
they're a bunch of tools.
You
But
know what? Because you better believe I tell you. You know what I mean? If he goes to United,
he's good, mate. He's good.
Very good.
But I was
he is
watching
very
him
good.
last night, and he's like Declan Rice. You know, he's like a Declan Rice.
Yeah.
And if United get hold of a Declan Rice mold instead of moldy old Casemiro in the middle of their midfield who can't run anymore, look, I think United will be back up. You know, they'll be back up next season anyways. I mean, they're looking good, they're looking decent. I don't think they'll keep Carrick. I think they'll move on from Carrick, but I think they'll get a good manager, and I think as long as they get the right manager that's not going to play three at the back, then I think we could see a very difficult season next season. But
do you
I think that's a shame.
I was just going to ask you both, do you think we need to persist with Rice and Zubimendi? There are games I feel like we don't need both. I do feel like Odegaard and Eze can play in a team with one anchor in.
I think, provided that anchor is Rice, just because of his engine and and the way he reads the game in front of our back four, is
do that in a home game.
I would be happy with that. Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
It would work in a home games. Don't you agree, guys?
Yeah, because you could take Zubi or Declan. Yeah, 100%. Because you could take Declan or Zubi off just to lighten the load. But what have we got to do to get Miles to get?
It's not going to happen this season, mate. It's not going to happen in the last 8 games or the last 6, 7, 8 games. It's not going to happen, mate.
But guys, I just want to get into the chat, and then I want to ask you all something. It's going to be. I'm doing a little something different. I know it's not the end of the season yet, but we've just been talking about our attack, and I want to play a game called In or Out come the summer. So
good game.
Into the chat. And I've never I've been on channels where we've had this before, but I've never done this before. So cool. big up to the one and only Mr. Harris, Arsenal Bubble. Elite work on the socials they knew.
I was on it.
I did see some of them, not all of them. And the one and only Chris Welsh, he's probably thinking, shall I tonight have a laugh at Spurs and Palace, or shall I watch the Premier League darts in Cardiff?
I mean, I'm definitely putting that on in a minute for some hate watch.
Yeah. I've actually got it on the darts. I've got it on the dots. Johnny Clayton's on it, yeah. You know what I mean? So, but if I find out that Spurs are 1-0 down, I will get the popcorn out. So yeah,
definitely I'm going to turn on in the background, mate. I need to watch. I need to hate watch tonight.
Probably laugh at expressions before I go to sleep tonight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's always good for a laugh.
I love that, mate. I actually quite like him. I think he's hilarious. I really do.
He's funny. Funniest guy on YouTube, bar none.
Yeah.
This is where Arsenal need to take advantage now and keep their foot on City's neck. And this is the thing. Something what Chris has just said. We're gonna discuss in a bit. We actually discussed this last night, and it was a really interesting. Well, Nick probably would have seen it, but it was a really interesting take on our next league games. Yeah, I've seen him carry his praise at Leverkusen. Yeah, he's fantastic, isn't he? You know what I mean? And but Chris studies more players than I do at the moment. I used to study players worldwide all the time, but now I can hardly tell anything unless I'm playing Football Manager. You know what I mean? Can't see all the live tonight, but we'll watch the rest on catch up. Have a good one, lads. Come on, you Gunners. Big up to you, AFC, as always, man.
Yeah,
big up to you.
100%.
Have a good night. We'll catch up soon, brother. Big up to you, man. Yeah, because you're totally right on your defence for the next 8 years. Adam Robinson. Oh, you know what? I love. You know, in a left back. Wow, imagine that. Do you know something? It's You see, with Robinson, I would get him, but you see, I just want, where you just want a squad with no issues and you can rotate. I love Robinson. I've rated him. I've spoke to Bobby about him for quite a few years now. I rate this guy highly because then it'd be a case of, and then it'd be a case of, depending on who comes, who's staying, who's going. I'd love to see MLS in midfield one day, but I find that MLS is the future anyway in midfield, to be honest. And he signed a new deal as well, didn't he, the other day? I'm sure he was on Arsenal.com and he signed a new deal.
He did.
I mean, Tottenham, Newcastle, long trip back down to London for United fans. Yeah. What a goal that was last night.
Yeah, mate, what a goal
last night.
What a goal. That's definitely goal of the month, isn't it?
What a goal.
Yeah.
When he stumbled, I was just like, oh my God, I didn't realise that was the chance that was going to be the goal. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Beautiful to see.
Isn't it? Lots of positives about.
What I'd give for a winger to do that at Arsenal, gents.
You know what I mean? Oh, tell me about it. No, you see, the thing is, with Arteta, it's the attacking side that concerns me, gents, and not the defensive side, attacking side, but also where's our attacking play gone from 2 seasons ago? And it was, I cannot remember who it was that said this in the chat, but they said that maybe we're not attacking as well because Steve Round, when he left the club, it could have made that difference.
That's why. Because he left over disagreement of what Arteta wanted to do, didn't he? So
is that what it was? I tell you what, I can't even recall, mate. Seriously.
You know what? Like I have to say though, Brent, I have to say, mate, I said it the other day in our chat, in our Arsenal chat and our WhatsApp chat. You know, I agree. You know, and you know my thoughts on this. I've said it. I don't care if we have to cheat. I don't care if we have to grapple people on the football pitch. I just want to win this season. And I think once the players get that mentality of winning, I think we'll see a different style of football next season. But I do believe that the new modern game of football has changed dramatically, particularly this season. There and people have said it, you know, I think there are so many technical aspects within one game. There are multiple mini games happening within that game, where, you know, these players are, and as I said it, you know, these players, all teams are being given so much information and so much technical information that they need to use to take advantage of a defensive, you know, play or they competing against someone else's technical defensive play as a defense. But when we move forward, those free kicks, you know, free kicks, corners, whatever, set piece FC, whatever, you know, it's become so technical and tactical that I think these players, you know, this going to World Cups and stuff, these players are so broken mentally by the end of the season because they're having to think so much of the mini games that are happening inside the main game. And I think, you know, where we say, oh, where's that football gone? We know we can do it. And I say this on X today. I had fun saying it to everybody. You know, people are like, oh, boring football. Set piece FC this. So I'm sitting there saying, you all have really short memories that we destroyed Bayern Munich. We destroyed Atletico Madrid. We destroyed all these people in the Champions League. Well, do you think that just switches off like halfway through a season? It doesn't. It's there. But they're having to play a different style of football in the Premier League. Look, the time wasting and stuff like that, whatever we call it, time wasting, or we can call it in-game management.
I've seen the Opta stats. We rank 6th, and
there you go.
At the bottom of the table,
I said that.
At the bottom of the table is like Chelsea, United, Villa, Brighton themselves.
Brighton, I posted it on Brighton's social media today as well.
Did you?
Yeah, 100%. But in the end of the day, what I wanted to say about like the flowing attacking football, I think we will see that. I think we will see that in the Champions League. I'm hoping we'll see it in the FA Cup, because it's a cup game. Don't forget it's a cup game. People are going to have to come at us. I think we will see it at City. Nick was saying it the other day. Nick was saying it in the WhatsApp the other day. If City are behind us by, let's say, 5-7 points when we go play them, hopefully that will be the case. They are going to have to come out and attack us. If that's the case, they will make errors because they are not as strong defensively. I think Brighton have a better defense than City. I really do at the moment. I think they're a lot more organized. I think they're better defensively. We will punish City if they have to do that. And we've proved it.
City will try and blow us away. But then our defense is good enough to withstand the majority of what they like. A normal team, if they went at them like that, they would win 4-0. Against us, they might get 1 or 2, but they're going to be seriously exposed at the back. So we can also get 1 or 2. That's the difference.
Exactly. I think Gyökeres has a field day at City.
I do. If he holds his nerve, it could be Havertz though. For that
it could be. I still think you're going to see Havertz more playing with Gyökeres.
I do.
I know he's used Havertz up front in the last few games, and I think that's probably to give. Let's not forget Gyökeres is starting every game, but we also noticed that he's not putting Jesus on currently. Is he keeping Jesus for the weekend to play a full game against Mansfield? So we're not. Rotation. That's it.
I expect to see Jesus, Miles, Norgard. It'd be nice if White was back. I expect to see a full rotation.
There's another name. When he came on yesterday, Norgard. Sorry, but the last 15 minutes of that game, they didn't get anywhere near us. They didn't get anywhere near our box. They didn't get anywhere near having a shot on target. Norgard came on and he bossed the midfield when he came on.
That's what he does.
Direct with his passing. I like him a lot.
Why is Arteta not playing him? Get this geezer on the field more. Give Zubamendi a rest for the next 2 games. Give him a rest. Let him have a break. Let him go back to Spain and get a bit of sunshine on his back.
Yeah. Exactly.
Man,
I've got no problems. No problems in Norgard playing. If he's selected, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Brenny, what's this game we're going to play, mate? Sorry, we're getting carried away.
What is? Basically, it's all good though. It's all love.
Sorry.
Well, I just want to go through the chat first. So you got Martinelli, just like Rashford, make impact off bench, had impact early in their careers. Both attitudes are poor, but also still believe both not played to strengths and right position. I mean, Rashford's doing all right in Barcelona, and he's on his way to getting a league medal. And it's the best I've seen. I've seen Rashford playing some games, and it's the best I've seen him.
I agree.
In what he had that crazy season at United.
30-goal season a couple of years back. Yeah.
It was Ten Hag's first season, and
that's when he cut in and scored. He scored that wonder goal against us.
Guys, I know everybody, and Mike, I respect you deeply, pal. Everybody keeps saying about Max, but every time I watch him, he doesn't release the ball soon enough. He's got the talent, and he does take it. He is young. And I think if you're seeing that in youth matches, I get it. But I don't feel he's as close as people think he is.
No, I think putting him in the FA Cup, I don't think that. I think that's probably a decent game to put him in. Yeah. But us not putting him on when we're trying to win a Premier League in the last 8 games, the pressure's on. I also think you need to protect him, from our own fans, let alone other fans and pundits going in and running.
Getting him out to Charlton in a couple of years, Charlton, Millwall, a team round that sort of local in London, get him out.
Yeah, agreed.
No, guys, I want him to stay, man. You know what I mean? Give him that more League Cup experience and some league games. I mean,
possibly one more season, like Brenny says, but then I think he will need to go on loan to either a Championship side or a Premier or a mid to low table Premier League side.
Yeah,
I mean, if he goes, that's fair enough. But the Ethan Waneri one still angers me, and the reason why is because Ethan, I saw some more highlights of him last season and what he did for us in the league and in Europe, and for me, he proved himself, and I just cannot believe the fact that he's gone alone. If he was like say a Fabio Vieira who couldn't cut it in the Premier League and that was too physical for him, you know what I mean? He's out on loan. I don't think he could come back to the club, in my opinion. I just feel that with Waneri, he's already proven himself to be a first teamer.
He can do right 8, can't he?
Exactly.
I think it was actually Ethan asking to go out on loan
because he was sitting on the bench.
Oh, really?
I actually
if that's
believe
the case,
it was
enough.
Ethan that was actually requesting the loan because he wasn't getting enough minutes, and wrongly or rightly, you know, I still think Ethan has a big future at at our club, but I think, and I'd love to ask Bobby actually on Football Takeover. I'd like to ask him that question because I think it'd be interesting what he says. But because I actually think that Ethan was the one pushing for the loan.
I seem to remember something like that as well.
100%.
Well, this is well, you know what? It's funny about this because I swear strikers from Portugal league are cursed. Nunes was well beaten for Benfica. Then for us, absolutely useless in front of goal. That is, Gyökeres has been used as a false nine under Arteta. Now, I was watching just earlier on. DJB had Kenny Ken and Dan Potts on, and they were talking about this. And you know, the fact that Gyökeres came and he scored almost 100 goals in 2 seasons, and they've got a Luis Suarez who replaced Gyökeres. Not the Luis Suarez.
No.
It's a 28-year-old Luis Suarez, and he's scored. I think he scored 20. Let me get this right. I think it's 23 goals in 25 games.
He's bang goals.
So, I know the Portuguese league is weaker, but how I look at it, maybe I'm showing bias because I was a number 9. Mind you, I was a number 10 as well. I played in a 4-4-2 many moons ago. So. You know, it's for me. I think it was all about you know, you got to put the ball in there no matter who you're up against, and I still think Gyökeres we're still in 4 competitions. I still feel I know he wasn't great yesterday, and I still feel because he's got 15 goals in all competitions. No,
16.
15?
16.
He's got 16 in all competitions. Yeah. Okay, in all competitions. I still feel he can get to 25. I don't think he'll get to 30, but I think he can get between 22 and 25 this season.
Yeah. About 22, 23.
I think he will.
Yeah.
I think he will.
Yeah.
And I think that we all forget that it's his first season in Premier League football. And hang on. Let me go a step further to all, hopefully any rival fans watching tonight. We bought 8 players in the summer and have integrated, or let me put, Arteta and his team have integrated 8 players, 8 different players. I mean, Liverpool, sorry, Chris, Liverpool can't integrate 2 players in their team. So I think, you know, Hincapi, the way he's turned the corner after, let's say, 3 games, 4 games, maybe he got a bit better and he got some more time on the pitch. Zubamendi has just melted into our midfield like he was always there. You know, I think we need to, you know, Mosquera. I mean, wow, what a player!
Ridiculous.
You know, I think we need to give credit to our coaches, our coaching staff, and I'll give Arteta credit as well. You know, these guys have settled in beautifully. You know, we're top of the league. We're 7 points clear, and Gyökeres. I still think Gyökeres will bang goals in, and I stand by it. And I've said it so many times. It's different, you know. A striker's different, and Brenny, I played 9 as well.
Okay.
A striker is different you don't forget. It's muscle memory. You don't forget how to score goals. You can't just switch it off. You know how, and he has the meanest strike in the Premier League. He does. He has the hardest strike in the Premier League. You don't just forget how to do that overnight. It's muscle memory, right? So you cannot tell me a dude that scored 80 odd goals in 2 seasons has suddenly forgotten how to score a goal.
Yeah,
as a striker. You know, and we say the Farmers League, but he's done it on Champions League stage. He's done it on international stage as well. You know, that doesn't happen. So from my point of view, Gyökeres, he was terrible. He was like a wet paper bag yesterday. But I'll be honest with you, mate. I think he'll come good. I think he'll be good.
Same here. I'm with you on that. I really do think he will as well. Of course, he's watching the darts. Yeah.
You don't want to be watching the darts, mate. You want to be watching Tottenham. They somehow are managing to stay in this game. I don't know how they've done it so far.
I don't know how, but it seems to be all Palace at the moment.
It is.
Records saying Tottenham play this season. It'll be 100% be broken next year on the opening day of the 26-27 season, as they'll be in the Championship. You know what? Said something about that. Did you all see what I said in them? It was I think it was Jess was talking about we were talking about Wolves, and I said Wolves after their win against Liverpool, they've already sorted out their team for next season to win the Championship, and that's when I said, well, Spurs may even make the playoffs, so we'll see.
It'll be fun. I got 2 Tottenham guys.
Have you seen that they're extending next year the playoffs?
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
that's to give them the opportunity, isn't it?
Getting back up there, isn't it?
It's because they saw Tottenham coming down, mate.
I mean, you know,
but
it's like you got to keep it on Millwall. Keep it on Millwall. Charlton fans thinking, you know. And thinking, oh yeah, we got a chance there, but now they're looking, oh, Spurs Cup, then we ain't got a chance.
Well, I'm not being funny, mate, but not only are Tottenham going to play in the Championship, but they're also going to get beaten up by Millwall fans. I mean, that's just quality,
no,
mate.
No, they won't, because Millwall are going to be in the Prem.
Yeah.
Hey, Carrick at the wheel, I was told. Did tell me it was a lay run. Oh, don't tell me Rio.
Love that. I love that, Chris. I've got loads of time for that.
Dear. Funny, man. Funny. Absolutely funny. Oh, dear. Cheating don't exist in sport. It's called win any way possible.
Yeah, it's called 100%. Game. It's called game management.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I think there's still plenty of twists and turns in title race.
Oh, but yeah.
Arsenal in a very good position with City game in hand. Still be 4 points clear. Should you?
That's all I've got in my head.
We can't look back now.
Not 7 with 4.
I agree, and I've said it right from the beginning. I agree with that massively, but at the same time, I think there's going to be more twists than turns for City. I rewatched that, and again, their games coming up. Ooh, Chelsea,
Newcastle. Pressure now.
Yeah, they're under huge pressure.
West Ham is their. I think it's West Ham's their first game back from the FA Cup and Champions League. For the league, and that's what I was saying last night to the guys. It's pressure's on them now, but there'll be mega pressure if we beat Everton on Saturday. That Saturday week, the 5:30 kickoff, and then they've got West Ham at the Olympic Stadium at 8:00. So that'll be even more pressure as well. And West Ham,
I'm telling you,
after the international break, they're away to Chelsea.
Yep. Well, that's what I'm saying, mate. And don't forget, you've got they've got Newcastle in the FA Cup, right? And I think now Newcastle have got a few players back, like Joe Linton, players like that put themselves about. Will give a few of their players a good kick, which I love, and I'm all for that.
100%.
You know, I think that could be a difference. But I'm also going to sit there and say they have got. Don't forget, they've got Real Madrid at home. Great. Yeah. But they've also got Real Madrid away before they play us in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right, guys. Now, need to talk about our hours numbers 7, 10, 11, and 9.
Right.
Now, the thing is, we've had this season, despite us being top, despite us being all 4 competitions, I've never known an Arsenal team in a title race to be top, where we're struggling
There's
to
no
get
talisman.
consistency out of a forward line. I've never ever seen that before in all my years. I mean, you guys probably have, but I've seen 5 league titles in my time, and we always had someone leading the line consistently, albeit 2 up front, on the wings, in midfield, everyone contributed, and we never had those issues. We never had Alan, during the title run, Alan Smith hasn't scored for 11 games. Oh, he's been so inconsistent. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, Ian Wright or Dennis Bergkamp. You know what I mean? We've not had that before. Paul Merson. There was times where Paul Merson in 1988-89, there was times where he played a lot of games and he was playing well, scoring goals. Smith had a great partnership, and there were times where he would be on the bench, and it was not so much skill breather, but then Merce said, if you don't perform, you're on the bench, and that's what I mean. So so guys, I just want to say, I know it's not summertime yet, it's what I mean, but not the window yet. But I want to go over all these players and who you think should be in and out. So the first player I'm going to start with is Saka.
In. I can't do it. I can't do it. In.
Well, I'm gonna put my vote as well. For me, he has to remain in. For me.
If I'm gonna keep it, there is the lad we had, and do you remember? I did say to you guys when he done his hamstring, I was worried about the player that would come back. Do you remember having those sort of conversations? And it was like, we can't rush him back and all the rest of it. Half of last season, he came back and he scored 2 goals in his first 2 games. I feel like he got that glancing header, and there was another one, and then it was like for the rest of the season,
Real Madrid.
He really kind of stunk it up a little bit. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
Then we went into this season, and he started to look like him, and then he lost his way, injury, and I felt like he's really struggled. And now we're starting to see a good player again, but he hasn't hit that level yet for me.
Just lost that yard of pace.
He's lost that yard of pace. So I would say he's in for another season, but if it goes from half a season, full season into next season of not, then we've started to see, it's one of those where people were slow to see it with Martinelli. You've got to start facing up and saying, well, we're now talking about 2.5 seasons. Like I feel like with Odegaard, we're talking about 2 seasons now. So that's where my head's at. So in for one more season, but now he's getting the big bucks. You've got to start giving those big performances again.
100%.
Yeah, I'll agree 100% myself. I think with all I will say on Saka is that I would love for him. I know this probably won't happen, but I would love for him to give Robert Pires a call. I know Pires still has links at the Arsenal.
I'm with you.
Because of what happened with Pires, and when he came back, I remember his comeback game was against Sunderland it was a League Cup game at home. Damien and I, we went to that game, and we was so looking forward to seeing Robert Pires. It was a under-strength team. We lost the game 3-2. When Pires scored, but he played really well. But we noticed a little something different about him. He was at the time he was still ducking out of tackles a bit and all of that. Yeah. But then he got stronger as the season went on. Towards the end of the season, even though we didn't win the league, and United won the league, Pires, he scored that amazing hat trick. He was playing well again. He scored the winner in the cup final against Southampton. But then he totally changed his game. He wasn't as quick, but he was so intelligent. He was so clever.
Yeah.
He could read the game.
Yeah, and I want Bukayo Saka to be a
Do
Pires,
that.
because I tell you what, if he can adapt, if he can model himself on Pires' game after
Yeah.
the injuries he had, oh my goodness, we will
Yeah.
have one hell of a player, and I think he can still reach those heights. So we're not giving up on him.
No, and I think Saka.
No, no.
I think Saka needs to realize maybe, that he's lost that yard of pace, and he needs to bring because he has got a wicked controlled left foot as well. I think he needs to bring other people more into the game.
Yeah.
Yes. And he has the technical ability to do that, like Robert Pires did. He has that ability to make Gyökeres look even 10 times better than what he is.
Then Gyökeres needs to come over to the near post. I feel like for Saka to be more effective, it is a touch, pass, touch, shoot. And none of this hesitation BS that goes on. I get annoyed with watching these shooting videos on YouTube that Arsenal put out, where they wait for 5 seconds before taking a shot and the ball is perfect. Doesn't happen in a game. Get your shot off. And I just want to see so many more players take that. But I feel like Saka does. You're right. He needs to use the team around him rather than just pace. Because his touch control is disgustingly good. His ability to retain the ball under pressure is ridiculously good.
For his size as well.
Absolutely. And he still can beat a man. He can still go outside, inside.
Yeah.
That the wrong way around. But, but he needs to start using that player and then taking that first. Like, if Gyökeres is backing into the defender and you play it in and Gyökeres lays it off for you, just fucking bend it. Just let it loose.
Yeah,
sorry,
bang it.
Just let's go for it,
Yeah, bang it. Yeah. Agreed.
Hearing that. Right. Next player. Since we're on that right hand side, Noni Madueke.
They ain't gonna sell him. They're not gonna sell it. They're not gonna sell him. But if it was up to me,
hasn't shown enough for a title winning team. Because does he get better next year? If he started coming with the end product, he would be arguably our best winger.
The end product, mate. If he has Saka's end product,
even just finding the assists, finding the passes.
Mate, the dude just loves running into the guy just loves running into signboards, mate. Like, when he runs off the end of the pitch, it's like he just doesn't know how to stop. And I'm sitting there I'm like, oh my God, just stop, Noni, stop, just stop.
There's a player there, though.
Stop, think about what you're doing and make the pass, mate. Because Saka does do that. Saka's always been able to do that. He's been able to stop himself and go, let me look. What do I do next? Yeah. But I don't think that Noni Madueke has the brain to do that yet.
No.
Do you know what?
No.
I would almost gamble for the next 2 games, Everton and Bournemouth at home, with Madueke on the right and Saka on the left. Because there's also, when I said out, and I'm not going to back that, I'm thinking, what am I seeing, right? There's a player there, and I do believe there's a player there. I think he could be devastating in the Spanish league, something like that.
I agree.
I really do. I think he would absolutely, because of his pace and his technicality, he would have that a little bit more time to get a shot off. And I think it could be, everyone goes on about Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Nico Williams could almost come and be the same player here, but I think he could have that effect there as well. So it's kind of like, he needs a run of games as well, though.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just thinking Everton home and Bournemouth home with him on the right and Saka on the left could be something interesting if we're continuing with Eze and Gyökeres.
Yeah, I think let him play against Mansfield. Get some minutes under his belt.
Sorry, guys. It's been a goal.
No, there hasn't. Who for?
Yes, there has. I've just seen it.
Who? I'm still refreshing. I've got nothing live.
Palace.
No.
Oh, dear.
Palace won the last
on the stream, Dave. Cancel the stream. Cancel the
Innit?
club. Blood.
We're not cancelling this stream, blood. We're not cancelling this stream, fam.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
That is brilliant.
Oh, I'll
It's
tell
like
you
we're
what.
on the Epstein Island, the way we keep getting touched at home.
I love it.
Do you remember that time? There was a time when Leicester beat them 4-1 a few seasons ago, and he's like, Mo Leicester City, blood. We got touched by like an abused child, blood. You know them way there, fam. He's fantastic. So yeah.
It could be offside.
Oh yeah, probably will
Could be an offside.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I think he's just off.
That's just hilarious.
Mate, stop.
Dear.
They are so bad, aren't they? Just so bad, mate.
Awful, mate.
So for me, Nonny Madueke. I don't want to say it, man, because I have faith in him. But he's out.
Can I just say one other thing, though? With Julian Alvarez, I'm telling you, Madueke would be a very good paperweight.
Yeah, stop. You're getting my juices going, mate.
Because if I was Atletico looking at a player like Nonny, I wouldn't be saying no. It's like with Nonny and Jesus.
Yeah,
I think Jesus would do well in the Spanish league as well.
Yeah, he would do.
And Martinelli. I think all of those. I feel like we can find them homes. It's like they do well in Italy. If we win the league this year, you're talking about winning buying English champions. And so the fact that they're facing low blocks and still getting something, you can point to Martinelli's Champions League form. Surely that interests a lot of teams.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get to Martinelli in a minute.
You just brought up their names, but you've actually brought up one of the names I was going to bring up. Gabriel Jesus.
Out.
Gone.
Yeah, same. And I'm a big fan of his, but
massive, mate.
Everything else.
Out.
It's Tottenham have got a squeeze. It's still goalless.
Okay.
Have they got it?
Yeah, it's offside. Just.
Ooh. I'm still gonna hate watching.
Yeah, so in it though. But so basically we got 2 out, we got 1 in. All right. Next player, Leandro Trossard.
Out.
Now, the reason why I recognise that Trossard has been delivering more, and he's the best striker out of the lot of them, right? I feel like he would need more opportunities centre. I don't know why we don't ever do a front two with Gyökeres with them two sometimes and do a 4-4-2 at times, just in the way that we approach the game. Because I really feel like if he was the player playing a little bit closer and more centrally to Gyökeres, he could really do something from that left-hand side. But he is now 32 nearly.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to cash in any remaining funds. And he's still got a marketable value there, where I still feel he's worth 15 million of anyone's money.
Yeah, I think for me, look, I've got a lot of time and a lot of belief in why we signed Trossard. I mean, let's all face it. Thank God that we signed. Thank God we signed Trossard instead of old steroid boy Mudryk.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone can complain at 23 million. 27 million, 23 million, somewhere around there. For the return he's given us in the last 3 seasons. Yeah, 3 seasons. I don't really think we can complain at that. But he's got to go now, mate. He's served his purpose. He's got to go now. He's got to make space for someone better on the left.
Yeah, 1 goal every 5 games he's averaging.
Yeah, you know what it is. He was playing so well, and that there was. He must have seen talk that the possibility of us signing Semenyo. I do actually. Yeah. I mean, obviously,
and he upped his game for a while.
He did, didn't he? And then as soon as Semenyo went to City, he's struggled. He's been struggling.
Yeah, man, I would take. I'm sorry, man. I would take Semenyo every day of the week. I'm I'm sold. I was sold. Do you know what? I was gutted. I was gutted when City signed him. I genuinely thought in January we might have brought him in, but I realised we couldn't get rid of Trossard or Martinelli, and rightfully so. I think they probably, after the years they've given us, if we do win something, I think they probably do deserve a winner's medal, if I'm fair. But for me, yeah, Trossard's got to go, mate.
Yeah. Hey, I hear that. Next player.
Yeah.
Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli.
Out.
He's out for me as well.
Yeah, I'm just, the only thing I'm in my mind with Martinelli is not about. So if we were saying all of this had to happen, you've obviously got to go and get those people back in. Okay? So, would it be too much in one window? The only reason why I would be likely to keep a Martinelli is his effectiveness in Champions League and Cups. His ability defensively is underrated. He's young. And he still will retain a value. He wouldn't hurt his value. So out of the ones that we've said out so far, that's the only reason why, if it was too much to do in one window, having him as the backup.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got a good attitude. That's the only reason why I would say keep one more year.
Yeah, maybe. I think you're right, Nick. I think on the bench, I would agree with that. Provided we had a world-class left winger, I agree with that.
Bang on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not for the fact of needing him for the first team as the first team player anymore, because I think he's had every opportunity, and he's not nailed that place down where we are all worried. Let's face it, all of the players that we have turned around and said out, none of them, if they're injured, we're going, oh damn it, we're in the mud here. We're going to really struggle.
It's true.
Yeah. I hear that. Kai Havertz.
Oh, it's a tough one because if he has an injury-free season, and locks down that number 10 role, I think he locks down. There's a red card in the Tottenham game.
Alice.
Van der Ven penalty. Van der Ven sent off.
And it's 1-0 to Tottenham. It's 1-0 Tottenham as well, Nick.
And I think there's been a red card just issued. Van der Ven's off. Penalty to Tottenham. Get in there.
Penalty to Palace, yeah.
Penalty to Palace, yeah.
Okay, so on Kai Havertz, right? Last season, guys, he had got to January, and I think he was on something like 15 goals for the season.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think he's ever got more than 19. And that was the money that Chelsea, the mega money that Chelsea were convinced to pay for him to buy him from, was it Leverkusen?
Yeah.
Leverkusen.
So they were convinced, and what a player. And so I felt like last season, if Havertz had played for the rest of the season, the way he was going, at least another 7 goals. I would have said he would have come in by the end, right? Easily, if he'd got that by January. So he was looking at his first plus 20 season. Yeah. And that would have returned the best return of his career, and he had done it in the Premier League. And this season, when we started seeing him in those friendlies, and I keep remembering that game where he burst through from the midfield, beat off the defender and put the ball in the back of the net. And we were like, what's going on with Kai here?
Yeah.
Adding that to his game, he needs a full season. He would be my last one. This would be my last season with him.
Agreed.
Because I remember you asking me last year, Brenny, about Martinelli and a couple of the others where I went. But this would be Havertz's last season to prove to me. However, if it meant that I could go and get a Musiala, And because here's the thing about a Musiala, depending how Musiala is,
I'm
very
worried
special
about
player.
his injury, so mate.
But if he was available, and I could use, it's maybe sacrilegious, an Eze or a Havertz, Eze to go and team up again with Elise, or Havertz going back to Germany to land that player, I think I would make that trade.
I want to keep Eze, but I just think. Sorry, Brian. Sorry, you carry on.
Yeah, we could actually discuss Eze right now. What do you guys think?
He needs another season.
Yeah, he needs to adapt.
Yeah, same here.
I think for Havertz, I think he unlocks Gyökeres because he understands the movement of a forward, but he has the ability to play in the number 10. Sorry, that's all I wanted to say about Havertz. So he's an in for me, Havertz, because I think he unlocks Gyökeres.
Can I just point out with all the players that we've mentioned? Sorry, Bren, didn't mean to talk across you.
No, go for it.
If we get a world-class left winger, right, and we sign, say, a Julian Alvarez, so we've got a rotation, depending on the opponent, between Gyökeres and Alvarez, sometimes together, right? Let's say we do that signing and we get a world-class left winger. The players we've just spoken about, things change because it could be that attack is our first line of defense because teams aren't going to push out against us. So we don't need the double pivot in midfield. So it could mean that we've got games where we have got our world-class winger, Julian Alvarez, Saka, with a Havertz and a Eze. Could you imagine that? Roaming, doing whatever, with a Declan Rice holding the midfield. Our Timber and Nkapie only rotating into the midfield to support Rice and the base of the pyramid with your two centre backs staying back and doing their job. And the way that could do with these two on full-blown Maraud, oh my gosh, but having a world-class winger, all of a sudden, teams ain't taking it out of you. Do you know what I mean? They've got that they naturally get pushed back. At the moment, we're lopsided. We're getting pushed out because the attack isn't strong enough.
And don't forget, mate, that you've got Alvarez can play in the number 10.
Yeah.
As well. He's a very good number 10, actually. He's quick. He's low center of gravity. He's good ball through. But for me, going back, so yesterday, actually, my operations manager said to me, and he quite likes Arsenal. He's a Newcastle boy, but he actually has got a lot of time for Arsenal. He said to me, the only problem I see with your team, mate, is end of the season, you win the league. Let's arguments that you win the league. The Premier League team of the season, he said, without saying anything, six of your back, your defense and Rice get into that team of the season. Raya, your back four and Rice get in to that team of the season.
An argument for Zubi, maybe.
Maybe. And then he said to me, but who?
None.
Of your front line get into that team.
But then say that, I say name me a right winger. Who would we go right wing then? Up number 9, everyone goes Haaland. Let's face it, he is the best striker in the league, right?
I mean, is Semenyo playing off the right or the left?
I would say Semenyo's the left for me. I would stick Semenyo as the left wing.
I'd say Semenyo's the left. I think they're right. I'm looking at, say, Brian Bremo.
But he's been playing.
He's done all right for United, hasn't he?
Through the middle.
Right for United. He's played really well, and he can play on the right as well. But also, if I've got to go with a striker for me, it's got to be Thiago of Brentford. He's been brilliant.
Actually, he has been very good.
With his goals, he's got to take.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, Haaland's a better player. But I'm just thinking,
I hate Haaland, by the way. I hate him.
He hasn't performed. He hasn't performed in recent games. Whereas I think Thiago at Brentford, he's been pretty.
Thiago's been good. He's been great. He's been great for my Premier League. What's it called?
I mean, Semenyo's on 15 goals for the season.
He did early in the season. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he is. And Haaland would get that spot because of what he did in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
I find.
Not the second
He's
half, though.
scored-
I agree
he's
with you,
scored-
Brent.
Oh God, no, he's been awful. You know what I mean?
22
And
goals.
I know City fans that will tell you he's been awful as well. Like, you know, so.
But for me,
Thiago's on
Eze,
18.
for me, Eze is a keep, mate. And then
Yeah, but you know what I'm scared of though. I mean, the way things are going right here, the things for next season, Eze probably won't even assist or score because Tottenham won't be around.
it's true. I'm a bit worried about that. We may have to loan
Listen,
him out to Wrexham.
How long have they got Romero out for?
Oh, I don't know, mate. I have
Because-
no idea.
I don't think it matters who comes into this team,
Well, no,
mate.
because Van der Ven, their best
Exactly.
defender's now missing for the next 3
Yeah.
games. It's a straight red.
I don't think it matters with this team, mate.
They've given up.
I
Haven't
think-
they? This
I
coach is
think-
going to have
yeah.
the shortest reign of like.
Mate, I think this coach has been sitting has literally rocked up, and after playing us, he's turned around and gone, "What have I done?"
Pochettino is
I mean,
literally
yeah.
going to finish playing World Cup, and he's going to come over and play Championship Manager, isn't he? For real.
Nah, he's not. He
Yeah,
won't come.
exactly.
He won't, mate.
He
If they
is
drop
gonna be
down,
playing
there's no
Championship
ways he
Manager.
comes. There's no ways he
No,
comes.
no, I agree. He's
No
literally
ways,
like
mate.
Oh, God, a goal!
that. No way.
Palace.
Boys,
it.
I'm
2-1 up.
missing this.
I haven't caught up yet. How are you seeing this before me, mate? I'm watching it
It's
on.
Rennie. He's got a he's
TNT.
like a bloody royalty. He's got his own little
No, it's-
live stream.
It's no, I've got Sky HD, but it's TNT Sports, isn't it? Because if this was on Sky Sports, it'd be on at the same time. We'd all be watching at the same time.
I still haven't seen the goal.
Yeah,
Boom! What a goal through his legs.
yeah. So,
Oh, mate, I am
no,
going to
what-
have a field day on X tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll wrap up soon, and then we can watch the second half. Because
No, I appreciate that. Sorry, mate.
This is good, man. This is funny. So
Boys.
so yeah.
Boys.
So I've got 3 more players left. I'm not going to include Max Down. Right, we've got Ethan Waneri.
This is a
I love
critical
this kid.
time for Ethan. I love Ethan.
Me too. I think in, but it depends on our summer signings. Because I don't, if you bring in, and we're talking argument's sakes, because I know your next question, and I don't want to jump ahead, but it's going to be Erdegaard. So
No, but I will be getting to him.
okay, so I think for me it depends ultimately on the summer signings. Because look, he brought Eze in at number 10/left wing. We don't quite know why Eze came in. I'm glad he did, but we don't know. But for me, I think it just depends. I don't see him getting in above Eze, even though Eze's been not played particularly well. But if you go out and you get a Julian Alvarez, or you get a Musiala or something like that, I don't see Ethan getting many minutes like this season.
Yeah.
So then that becomes a decision, as we've got a commodity that we need to sell, and what type of money are we going to get back for him?
I'm worried for Ethan and Miles, and I want them to have a future in the team. That's my thing.
Same here.
I think Ethan is a brilliant talent, and I think with a different manager, would we necessarily sign Bouadi, who is a brilliant midfielder out in the French league? Brilliant. This kid's going to be something.
Yeah.
I would be more inclined to sell an aforementioned name with the knowledge that we have Ethan to come through, because I honestly believe that Ethan can achieve. But Ethan now needs to look hard at Emil Smith-Rowe, and knowing that you've got the ability, you've got to start putting that in performances with the right application.
Yeah, I agree.
When you get your moments.
Yeah.
And when it's like Miles, I'm desperate for Miles to start playing in the 8, because he could be good taking. We've taken a youth 8, we put him at left back. He played brilliantly last season against massive teams at left back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He has now learned the value of that defensive side for the left, right? Now you put him back as the left 8, where he's not inverting, but he's there naturally going forward. When it comes to doing what Rice does about shielding that left-hand side, he knows it from the left, the value from the left back now. It makes him even better. And here's the thing. I honestly believe that Miles is better at times with the forward line breaking passes than Declan is.
Yeah.
I feel like the way he can drive forward and take it on, I would like to see him and Declan take shots more. Sorry, we've taken it on to Miles, but I'm such a fan of this kid. I see such a future in him, and I'm desperate. We're losing too much talent, but we are trying to win silverware, so it gets really hard when you need to develop. This is why we need to be so much more switched on with the loan market, because I feel these guys aren't going to improve sitting on the bench.
They go out. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like it's now we're having to start you, because when you're going from 8th to 4th or 3rd, you can give them minutes and times in games. People are treating you different. It's not low block every game. The ramification of a mistake isn't as high. Right now, if you put Miles in and Miles slips and the player runs in and it's 1-0 and that's 3 points lost at this stage of the season, and we lose the title by 3 points. That's the other thing. When I'm calling for players and all the rest of it, that's the other thing we've got to have in our head. It's a responsibility to these young men as well. So
I hear that, and I just hope. And before we continue, I also hope. Oh my gosh, it's 3-1 Palace.
Boys!
No ways, Bryn. You're lying. Yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not lying, mate. I'm not lying, man. No way.
I tell you what. Before I watch the second,
Spurs fans are going home.
No way.
Some of the Spurs fans are going home. That is banter. All right, let's do this.
Is there a fire drill?
Oh,
is there a fire drill?
Oh my God!
Oh my God! That goalkeeping.
And I'm catching up with this. I'm going over to expressions and just to see what he's saying.
I'm doing it.
I'm going on his watch along. I'm going on his watch along. I'm not going on his watch along. So I'm going to watch his watch along.
Stream raid.
So yeah. Oh, can you imagine that? You know, that's gonna be something.
Mate, they are literally vacating the stadium.
Oh, that Abby, what's her name?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be quality watching tonight.
Cannot stand her. So yeah, so basically we've just got 2 more. Mikel Merino.
Yeah.
I like him, man.
I do like him, but
I
like him as a midfielder, not as a midfielder. As that sort of, because I just feel like he gets turned and pace. But
he's a fighter, though, eh?
He is a fighter, and when it's that sort of craziness in the box, right? But I feel, hear me out. I feel like Calafiori could play that role. Have you seen this guy finish and his physicality and all the rest of it?
Yeah, I agree.
That's something a little bit crazy. I feel like we've got that covered. I appreciate what he's done and the goals he's got and all the rest of it, but I feel that's an area we can improve.
Okay, I'll give you mine.
What's that?
Because I think we've missed him since he's been injured.
Okay.
Being able to come in as a substitute, don't start the game. Yeah. But I think as a squad player, what he offers is, I think he's a lot more technical than we give him credit for. I think he's a real technical type midfielder. And I think we missed that. I think we missed that. I really do. And I think he also pops up with goal. I mean, that goal he scored at the Bernabeu, was it at home against Real Madrid, where he stepped back miles past him the ball and he pinged in the bottom corner. That's a hell of a player to be able to do that. So for me, I think he's in.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, for me, I would keep him in mainly because not so much, for me, squad player as well, because he's a great influence, especially when he's coming off the bench for me. And finally, Martin Odegaard.
hate this question because I just watched his stupid thing on Arsenal.com.
I feel like it's gone too long now.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him at his best.
Yeah.
That for me is the part. Here's the thing that he doesn't get his foot in. People run off him.
Yeah.
He's not tracking runners. He's not doing the passing that I know he can do forward.
Yeah.
And his shooting instinctively has disappeared. I don't know why. He used to take first time.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, that's right.
And because he's not that player, and he hasn't been that player for nearly 2 years now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm willing to give it a third.
Okay.
I'm the same.
I'm gonna give you my on the fence.
Give us your splinters. Come on.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait before I answer that. Well, no, I'll answer it because Bren, I've got a lot of time for your channel and a lot of time for you, mate, and a lot of time for our chats tonight. Till the end of the season, and then I'll make a decision.
Fair enough.
I want to see.
Fair enough.
I want to see what he can bring when he comes back in, which I think will be. I think he'll probably get some minutes against Mansfield to try and get some minutes in his legs. That I'm not bothered about. In fact, I probably don't like. Not that I do care about that game, but I don't really care what he does in that game because it's meaningless to me. I want to see him. I want to see him come off the bench for the last half an hour, control a game and create chances, mate. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see in the last 6 games or 8 games, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Saturday he may even start the game as well. If he's he's fit. I think it'd be nice to see him, Marzu Skelly in the 8 and Norgard in the 6.
Norgard, I was just going to say the same, Bren. That would be my 3.
Yeah, that would be my 3. You know what I mean, 100%. But this is
Mosquera right back.
Calafiori.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Neto, not Neto.
Yeah,
you'll
have Gabriel start. I think. I think he will start one of his centre halves. On the weekend, even. I don't want to see Timber anywhere near that team. I don't want to see Zubimendi anywhere near that team. I don't want to see Declan Rice. I don't want to see Declan Rice anywhere near London in that game.
Yeah. I don't want to see is on the bench. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're all good enough.
On the bench.
We talked about Mansfield. They're all good enough.
Yeah, Saka on the bench. I don't want to see Saka.
I don't want to see him in the game. I don't want to see him come on in the 80th minute. Bring start Madueke and bring Max Dowman on for a few minutes at the end. Yeah, 100%. 100% agree. This is my take on Martin Odegaard, okay? Right. If we had the Martin Odegaard from 3 seasons ago, and he was performing consistently the last couple of years, we know he's had injuries and whatnot. I would say, yeah, give him another year. But for him, I want him to. Obviously, I still feel he's got a part to play this season. Everyone's got a part to play this season, but we just don't want. Unlike Trossard, we can't carry Trossard. He's got to perform. He's got to turn up. Now with Odegaard, I have never agreed with the captaincy. Sometimes, and I've said, and I said this to Bobby. You'll probably heard him say this. For the last few years, even though he was in form, 22-23 season, Bobby and we were saying, you know what? He shouldn't even be captain. Just give it the captaincy to someone else and let him just be free as a bird to play. Because the Arsenal captaincy for some players
can be a little cricket captain.
Go watch that program, mate. Tonight, this evening, and then I want you guys to both WhatsApp me after you watch it. It's only 30 minutes long. It's 30 minutes long on Arsenal's website.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it over the weekend, mate, because as soon as I laugh at the second half, I'm going to bed. So
it's true. Yeah, me too.
So, you know
me too.
I'm just going to laugh.
all I want you guys to do is just watch that 30 minutes, that 30-minute thing on Erdegaard, see what everyone has to say about him. And then come back and talk to me about the captaincy side of things, because I was in your guys'
that
boat.
can be PR though, can't it? They all give those sound bites for it.
Agreed. But I was in your guys' boat. I was ready. Give Declan Rice the captaincy. Give Rice the captaincy, or give Gabriel the captaincy, or give a strong. I want someone that's going to go and punch someone in the face for standing on one of our players. That's what I want. But I watched that, and I was like, huh. And the way they portray, and it could be media, I agree with that, but the way they portray Erdegaard as a modern captain, and the way the players talk about what he does, and then the way I saw him on the training field, because you hear him, I changed my opinion, mate. Anyways, I'll leave it there.
I feel like Gabby is the perfect captain, vice captain from the tearing up trees, not laying down.
Yeah.
I just feel like Declan is that communicator of men and better with the referees when you need.
But also Saka as captain. Sorry, it doesn't work.
No,
it doesn't. It doesn't. My captain,
a merit badge.
Yeah, my captains they don't shut up.
Yeah,
that's just
agreed.
The type of captain, you know what I mean? But Chris has been putting in some really good, interesting stuff here as well.
Oh, massively.
You know what I mean? And big up to Chris as well. I don't even know what's happening in the darts, Chris. So yeah, tell you, because
I agree with Chris on that.
TV, you know what I mean? Yeah, same here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brent, when it comes to captains, I was just going to say, boys, while you're going through those, your Vieira's and your Tony Adams, half of this lot would not be able to put in the performances they try to sometimes with them as captains.
Yeah, I mean,
if your wingers are stinking it up like that, and you're going back down the tunnel, Vieira's having a word with you.
Yeah, agreed.
So Tony Adams. Tony Adams is killing you as well.
Oh yeah, of course.
He'll deal with you. You know what I mean? I heard Frank McLintock was from guys that I drink with. I heard he was a very tough captain as well. So I mean I'll tell you what, that's I always love going down to my local and having a drink with gooners who have seen it over, since since the 60s. You know what I mean?
I like that. 70s. I love that.
Yeah, they tell me all the stories, and when they went to Highbury, and you know what I mean. It was just I love hearing those stories. And then one told me that the Leeds team was all right, but it was a bit overrated and all of that, and I'm like, okay, but yeah, it's great. It's great. You know what I mean? West Ham, Forest, Leeds.
I agree. Spurs, I've said it. I called this a month ago. I said Spurs are going to go down.
I said it. I said Forest, Burnley, and Wolves, but it's kind of
when I saw that turn, and when they got rid of Thomas Frank, I turned around and I went, Spurs will go down this season, to everyone at work. And I just had, I can't tell you how many WhatsApp messages I've had already going, it's happened again. It's happening again.
Isn't it?
I mean, they're a point above the drop zone, and West Ham are picking up points, and Forest are sort of picking up points.
Yeah,
they've got the worst form in the league. They've got the worst form.
I love it. I love every second of it. Brent, I just have to say, mate, I've got like 4% left on my battery on my phone.
We're gonna wrap it up, but I just want to ask you guys just one more thing. I know. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow on the preview for the Mansfield game. But on here, guys, what would be your score prediction for Saturday against Mansfield away?
I mean, it's not a walkover game, if I'm honest. I don't think it's a walkover game, but I think I think if we're not winning that game. And normally during the season I'd be like, I want to go out of I don't want the FA Cup. Get me out. I want to concentrate on the league. But actually, you know what? I want all of it this season. So for me, I think none of our first team starters start the game. And I think we come away with a comfortable 2-0 win, if not more.
Okay. Nick, yourself?
Yeah, for me, it's I see where Dodsy's going. I honestly feel like we could end up 3-1. I was going to say 3-0, but I can see like an embarrassment, and it's like
an embarrassing goal.
Yeah, and then we just run it through, and I do see it that way. 3-1 for me.
I actually see clean sheet, so I'm going 3-0.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So, but guys, this has been fantastic.
I've loved talking to you both.
Thank you.
I've really enjoyed it, gents.
Thank you.
You're two of my favourites.
It's been brilliant. It's been brilliant, and
I appreciate it, and I enjoy the time.
You know, anything I haven't, and you know what? I'm like expressions off the cuff. What I mean by that is, I don't write down exactly what I'm going to say because I already know what I'm going to say. So, guys, thank you for coming on,
Brent. I think I love your channel, mate, and I think it's fantastic. And I think whoever's watching needs to like and subscribe to it because Brent is the dude. He is the OG, and I got a lot of time and a lot of respect for your channel, and I really appreciate it. I know I don't get on as much, but I really do enjoy coming on and chatting with you guys as well.
So like I said, this channel's for anybody. You know what I mean? Any fan, not just Arsenal. You know what I mean? You could be Arteta in, you could be Arteta out, you could be on the fence, and you still work on my channel. So it's all love. It's all brilliant. You know what I mean? And what's this? Great show, lads. Thank you, Chris. Brenny, Luca. Luca's left YouTube.
I think that's another YouTuber.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, gents. Hopefully, we'll catch up tomorrow on the takeover and enjoy the rest of the second half and get your popcorn and you know, I'll get my Galaxy Ripple.
I'll see you on the WhatsApp boys with the memes.
Yes, we love it.
Stay happy and healthy,
Take care,
gents.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Cheers, guys. Bye.
Take care. Take care, everyone. See you soon.